Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast of brief messages to help humanity bridge the gap to the new earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard. It is my delight to be a scribe for consciousness today, sharing the wisdom that flows through from Source. Here we go. Episode 138. It is Friday today here in Cincinnati. I sounded a little surprised when I said that. It's Friday. The week has been full and we arrived today here in Cincinnati. It is sunny, pretty, blue skies with maybe a little bit of a cloud cover, but it's just really pretty outside, a little chillier. And we are entering a holiday weekend for those of us who have students and partners that work in the school system or go to school. So my son is off today and Monday, and then my husband and my son are both off on Monday. So we're making a podcast today, and then I'm going to take Monday off and play with my family. So today I am feeling called to talk about the heart chakra. So I'm guessing for many who listen, you're familiar with the chakra system. But if you're not, this is just a super fast overview to introduce you to it and then to give you a pathway to be able to tune in to the energy that I'll guide you through. So we have our physical bodies, which, have legs and arms and organs and blood and skin and bones and, very physical, dense material substance that's so intricately organized and orchestrated it's impossible to understand everything about the human body. Science has attempted to do this for ages and we are getting more intelligent about it, but there's so much that we don't understand. And I believe that's because when the soul enters the human body, that's what brings life. Without a soul, there is no body. Because the soul is the consciousness, the essence, the spark, the energy, the light that allows the body to be a human, to have thoughts and ideas and to create and to feel. And so the soul is this mysterious part that integrates into the whole of the body. And science can't quite put its finger on the soul. Medicine can't quite conquer the soul because there is something mysterious and infinite and otherworldly about it. So when the soul enters the human body, the energy comes in with the soul, and the energy moves into what are called chakras, these energy centers within the body. We have given structure to the chakras just so we can understand them, but they're just as mysterious as the soul. So whatever I attempt to describe to you, you will have your own experience of it, and it's unique to how your soul interprets the way energy works in your body and your chakras. So I can give you my definition of how it works for me, and also it could be completely different for you, and you could have a whole different interpretation of it. So this is intended to be information for you to ponder, and then you make your own conclusions about how your heart chakra functions and operates. The basic structure of the chakras is that, in my opinion, there's what I call the Gaia chakra. It's your feet that connect you to the earth, that allow you to feel the energy of the earth and to have a communication that's constantly flowing between you and our planet. And then the more traditional chakras that most people talk about, the root chakra starts right at your hips and your reproductive organs. And so that's root, and then the second, and then it sort of stacks all the way up above to your head, which would be your crown chakra. And then there's more that go above that, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that we don't talk about very often. For today, what I would just offer is a quick overview. The first, second, and third chakra go from your hips all the way right up until your rib bones, your breastbones. And those are what are called the lower earthly chakras. It's the physical integration of your energy. It's your energy in your body, rooted into this lifetime, this experience. And so a lot of us have a lot of drama in our lower half of our body, from our heart down, because that's the part that connects us to being a human, and we resist it and we don't like it. And so we have digestive problems and receiving problems in our second chakra and safety problems in our root, and there's just a whole bunch going on. The heart chakra connects those lower three, the earthly plane, to the higher plane, which would be from your throat all the way up to the top of your head, 6, 7, or 5, 6, 7. So heart is number 4, and it's right in the middle of lower chakras and upper chakras, or higher chakras. If you imagine, each of the chakras has a swirl of energy that moves through it, or it's intended to, and each chakra has a color, and you can look those up. And so the energy is intended to move all the way up from the bottom chakra to the top, all the way back down from the top chakra to the bottom. And I believe connect us to the planet all the way down through our feet. And then when it comes back up, connect us up to Source or God from our crown chakra all the way out into the universe. So we're constantly running energy, or we could be. We have the potential to run energy. And so we're always resourced. Energy from the sun, from Source in, energy from the earth, up and out. And so if we're tuned in, our body just can be this incredible recycling plant or factory of energy. As the energy comes into each chakra, it is intended, in my opinion, again, these are my interpretations of it, it's intended to move in a circular spiral movement through each chakra with that color, because color has energy. And so we can swirl between chakras to connect the flow, to have the flow be more powerful. What happens often is that the energy gets stuck or blocked within one of those chakras or between the chakras. So if we have a lot of safety problems, that root chakra locks up, closes down. And so then the red is in there, but it's heavy and it hurts and it's painful and there's no movement, and we feel stagnant and stuck and resistant. And so it shows up in our physical lives around us. Our physical bodies have problems. Our relationships, the way we move through our lives with where we live and how we interact with money, all of that is a reflection of the energy. This is such a fast overview. So let's move to the heart, because that's really what I would like to focus on for this podcast. The heart chakra is green energy, green like life force, green like springtime, green like deep moss in a river, green like seaweed, green like the trees that are evergreen. The heart chakra, because it's in between the earthly and the higher planes, is intended to be such a conduit of life force, of love, of creation, of birthing. So when you imagine your heart chakra, well, when you imagine the chakras in general, we see them usually within the size of our body. So the energy would flow within the size of our hips, or the size of our rib cage, or the size of our head. That's kind of how we visualize it. The heart chakra goes from underneath your rib cage, right at the bottom of your rib cage, your breastbones, all the way up to like your shoulder blades before you go up into the neck, which would be part of the throat chakra. So it's a pretty good sized area for most people. If you can see your shape of your body, your heart chakra then includes your arms. So if you imagine stretching your arms out wide, your heart chakra then can stretch as wide as the distance between your fingertips stretched all the way out. It's the only chakra that physically can expand that far, that wide, in that way, which shows the importance of the heart chakra. It's not intended to be an energy center where our arms are crossed and locked in tight and there's no energy moving and it's all just for us. Our heart chakra is intended to spread wide open, to receive all the fun and the play and the adventure in life, and then to give that love all the way back out into life. It's intended to be open and wide, not hunched over. When we bring our shoulders in tight and we squish ourselves down and we're like, no, no, no. It's not intended to be that way. Children, when you see little ones, they run at you with their arms wide open. They jump into your laps or your arms and they wrap their arms around your neck and bring you close to them. Right? Healthy, happy children. That's how they function. They are wide open to the adventures of life. And so their heart chakra is like, yes! Because energy is flowing in such a pure way through the majority of healthy, happy children. They're intended to have that experience with life in a safe environment where they are nourished and taken care of. That is how they will show up naturally, because that's just the flow of energy, of life force. It's constantly moving up and down through their little bodies and then out into the world. And so they'll just love on people. We have that possibility always through our human journeys to carefully, if we've been hurt before, carefully start opening our arms back up again and visualizing that energy moving again in our heart chakras. So if you feel hurt, if you feel like you're hunched over and locked in tight emotionally, you can start to shift that by create time and space by yourself when you feel safe to sit back, to lean back, to open your shoulders up a little bit, to visualize your heart chakra stretching a little bit wider so that it goes all the way out to your shoulder blades, all the way out to your arms. Seeing this energy, whatever shade of green feels good to you or safe to you or exciting to you, visualize a green movement of energy, of light inside of your chest of your body, moving through and around your heart. It can be really, really slow, really gentle. It's not this overpowering change you have to make in your life. It's just an invitation to see energy in your heart chakra. Picture it, give it a color. Put some time and attention into visualizing that energy starting to move. Almost as if there's been a machine perhaps that has been shut down for a while, like an appliance or something, and it's got a motor and you're slowly seeing the motor start to turn back on. Like when you start a lawnmower and it's like boop, 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 and then it suddenly goes and then you can see that it's starting to really chug along and it's ready to start mowing the lawn. You can feel your heart chakra start to kind of turn itself back on if it's been locked up or shut down. You can feel it starting to get going, and it can just be this really slow movement as you visualize it. So you close your eyes, you sit still, you visualize green energy in the chest of your body starting to move around your heart chakra just a little bit. And then you just sit until it feels safe to have that energy get wider, take up more room in your heart chakra. Perhaps it gets a little sparkly or a little shimmery. There's a little bit of magic and fun that comes into that green energy, or it becomes more vibrant. And you just start to feel that energy moving in a circular direction around inside your physical body. You may, like it's harder to breathe, or it feels a little intense, so slow down, slow back down. Picture the color again, see the color, feel how safe your body is. And so you just start to play with your own chakra energy, your own heart chakra. It's you doing it, your heart, your control, your experience. And you just envision a little more movement, a little more color. Over time, as you start to feel that and you're consciously opening your shoulder blades, physically letting your body open up a little more, uncrossing your arms, what you'll find is that energy starts to gather momentum. the color becomes more exciting, more familiar, more fun. You can do this once a day for a couple minutes, and then over a week or two, you'll notice there's just a lot more energy moving, and it's a lot brighter, and it's becoming more exciting. It feels good to you. As you see that energy moving in your heart chakra, you can start to visualize it going out your arms and waking up your shoulders and waking up your elbows, and eventually it'll move all the way out to your fingertips. And then because you're creating this momentum of energy, you can just run it at your fingertips, and it'll just go out into the world. Because it's in your heart chakra, you can bring energy up from the earth through your feet into your body and up into the heart if you need an extra supply or burst of power. You can also bring energy from your head, your crown, from the sun. You can visualize sunlight coming in through your head and running all the way down to your heart and adding to the power and the movement of the energy in your heart chakra. What you'll find is that because you put your own time and attention on your heart chakra, you are the one visualizing the color and feeling how it feels in your body. You can start to repair the emotional stories or beliefs or wounds that have had your heart close down or lock up or push away relationships or people or experiences. You start to do your own healing, and you can do that through color, through time, through focused visualization, through feeling whatever comes up. If you're feeling the energy starting to move and you're like, you start crying. Okay, tears are just energy moving through your body. So you feel whatever it is that your heart hasn't wanted to feel for a little while. And the energy, the green color can soothe that. It's like visualizing yourself putting your head down on a beautiful, soft green lawn and feeling how your body just melts into that cushiness of green nature. The heart chakra is a powerful place for all of us that we either resist, let me rephrase that. We get very comfortable with closing it down and believing that it's safer that way. And yet we're missing so much of the joy and the experience and the beauty of life when we shut down the heart, because it's part of what translates the spiritual and the physical and the spiritual. We're lowering the vibrancy of our human experience when we shut down our heart. So this is a practice, a visualization you can just try on your own, and you can do it really gently and at your own pace, and then just start to see how you feel, see what shifts, see what manifests around you in the physical world when you're doing the energy work, the chakra work. And then if you need more resources, you just Google and do exploration, and whatever resonates with you, take that information in. Whatever doesn't, let it go, and you start to get your own definition of how your heart chakra works and what resources support your heart chakra the best. Yeah, that's just a drop in the ocean of what we could dive into with the heart chakra, but it feels like a really sweet way to end this week where we focused on love and Valentine's Day and human relationships. Your heart chakra is yours, and you're the one who determines what that energy flow looks and feels like. So put a little time and attention on it and see what unfolds. All right, and then I'll be back next week on Tuesday. Have a beautiful weekend, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to today's vibration. Let's take this message of pure love out into all of our communities and continue expanding love here on Gaia. So much love from my heart to yours.